So today we'll discuss about the basic concepts on deployment model. So there are certain services and models working behind the scene, making the cloud computing feasible and accessible to end user. Following are the working models for cloud computing. One is deployment models, another is service model. Deployment models define the type of access to the cloud, how the cloud is located. Cloud can have any of the four type of access. One is public, private, hybrid, and community. Most cloud hubs have tens of thousands of servers and storage devices to enable fast loading. This deployment models means it defines how to access to the cloud. That is, whether the user accessing the cloud privately or publicly or hybridly or community. Then that type of access we can divide the different type of access into four parts. One is public cloud, another is private cloud, hybrid cloud, another is community cloud. Let's discuss public cloud. This type of cloud services is provided on a network for public use. Customers have no control over the location of the infrastructure. This type of cloud services are provided on the network for public use. That means that cloud service is provided for the all the end users. Anyone can access or anyone can use, and there is customers does not have any control of the location of the infrastructure. It is based on a shared cost model for all the users, or in the form of a licensing policy such as pay per user. Pay per user already I've discussed in the previous slides that according to your requirement, if you are requiring, suppose currently you are using 5 GB of storage space and you require more 2 GB space, then what you are demanding that 2 GB free space I need from the cloud service provider. That time you have to pay the fees for that 2 GB extra space. That is called pay per use. What you will use, that has to be paid by you only to the cloud service provider. So public deployment models in the cloud are perfect for organizations with growing and fluctuating demands. For example, best example is email. Email is available to every user. Use yes or no? Email can be used by everyone. Yeah. So this is the perfect example of uh, public cloud. Then private cloud. This private cloud, it is a cloud-based infrastructure used by standalone organizations. It offers greater control over security. The data is backed up by firewall, and internally it can be hosted internally or externally. Private clouds are perfect for organizations that have high security requirements, high management demands, and availability requirements. Just take an example of Galgotia University. Suppose Galgotia University, it hosted a private cloud. That means that cloud service will be enabled to only its employees as well as the students. Outside of the organizations will not be allowed to access the private cloud. Outside of the Galgutias University, no one is allowed to access the private cloud that is being hosted by the Galgutias University. Only the members of the Galgutia University will access to the private cloud. Why this is needed, private cloud? Because of the security. The private cloud provides more security than the public cloud. It also provides the high management demands. That is, for example, as a user, if I am requiring more resources, then that can be managed by the private cloud. So, so the private cloud is suitable for an organizations if it requires security, high management demands, and availability requirements. These three things you need to focus on for private cloud. Then community cloud. Community cloud allows systems and services to be accessible by a group of organizations. Community means it should be it's the services, the cloud services uh, will be accessible to group of organizations. Suppose take an example of Golgotha University, another is Golgotha College. Two Golgotha University and Golgotha College. So these are two different organizations. Then how to access them? That can be done by that is community cloud. It is a mutually shared model between organizations that belong to a particular community, such as banks, governments, organizations, commercial enterprises. These things are used in a community cloud. Uses community cloud. This type of deployment models, cloud will be managed, hosted internally or by a third-party vendor. Next, we will discuss the hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud is a mixture of public cloud. That is, public cloud is available for all the users. The private cloud is used for security purposes. Then the hybrid cloud is a mixture of these two. That is, it will be available for all users as well as it will provide the security. This the critical activities are performed using private cloud because of the security, while non-critical activities are performed using public cloud. That is, whatever the non-critical activities that is done in the public cloud will be done in the hybrid cloud, and the critical activities which we will do in private cloud that will be done in hybrid cloud. This model incorporates the best of private and public cloud, but each can remain as a separate entity. A hybrid cloud is ideal for scalability, flexibility, as well as security. A perfect example of this scenario would be that an organization who uses their private cloud to secure the data and interacts with the customer using the public cloud. Already I told you that is a organization who wants to use private cloud to secure the data and interact with the public that can use the customer using the public cloud. So that is a mixture of public cloud and private cloud. That is called hybrid cloud. And this is the service model. There are three types of service model: SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. SaaS means that is called software as a service. Then PaaS, that is platform as a service. Then IaaS, that is called infrastructure as a service. So these three type of service model. One is SaaS, another is PaaS, IaaS. SaaS is software as a service, PaaS is platform as a service, and IaaS is infrastructure as a service. So this is the common characteristics with massive scales, homogeneity, virtualizations, low cost software, resilient computing, geographic distribution, service orientation, advanced security. These are the common characteristics, and these are the essential characteristics, that is on-demand self-service, broad network access, rapid elasticity. Elasticity means the resource can be scalable, resource pooling, measured device, measure service. So this is a reference where I have followed, and thank you all.